there's no reason you should be paying an upcharge because you want your refrigerator to look pretty. But like, what are these manufacturers supposed to do? Right? They don't really wear out as much. And maybe they wear out maybe 5, 10, 15 years, but if they're really high quality, 20, 30 years, like, what, you're supposed to get a sale once every generation? Like, how are the washing machine salesmen doing? How many washing machines are they expected to sell a day? Same thing with the TV company, which was at CES, right? Companies which are at CES. You know, you see all these new TVs, and like, once you get past the $40, $50 budget basement Insignia LCD 720p TV that's super laggy, super slow, horrible picture quality, right? Once you get past that, you got your average 55-inch television, maybe not the best software, which doesn't really matter because you can just buy a stick, right? I don't really see any difference between a $300 TV and $7,000 TV. Like, maybe it's a little bit bigger, but is it, $670 better? Is it, $670,000, sorry, brighter? And how long are these TVs lasting? We've had TVs where you had the Samsung TV lasted about probably like 15 years, right? And it had like a home button on the front of the screen. And then we got a TV. It was kind of small because we just needed one to replace it because it died. And then we got another bigger one, and that one lasted until we got a free one. We'd still be using this TV for 10, 20, 30 years until it died, right? But because we got one for free, we were able to replace it. We're going to be using that one for 10, 20, 30 years until it dies, or either, we get another one for free. And it's like, what new advancements are there? That's kind of the same problem with cell phones. Right now, you can always improve the process, maybe improve the call quality, improve the battery life, right? And of course, they do wear out a lot more because they're in your hands. They can drop. They can fall out of your pocket. You can lose it. So, you can do cell phone sales, and, you can average maybe 2 sales a day. That's good. But for the TV sales people, okay, guys, look at this TV. It's brighter. Like, how are you supposed to clarify that? You can see bigger, but not like brighter, better HDR for stuff like that. I can't really notice or tell stuff like that. The only thing that maybe you can notice is maybe the audio. And in those television stores, they always have the brightness at the max. They have like a special display mode for it, where it's just for display, where everything's cranked up to the most, where you really wouldn't have it cranked up at home most of the time. But for even like a microwave, how are the microwave companies still in business? Oh, guys, this microwave is so much better. It got a new chip in it that does better. Like, it's a microwave. You push a button, you want a burrito in a minute and a half, and it comes out hot. That they've been doing that since the 70s, right? For a TV, it's just a screen with the box at the end of it, right? We have flat screen TVs. Now what? You're gonna have you get any thinner? It's a projector at this point. A washing machine. You put clothes in it, it gets wet, and then you put soap in it, it gets clean. Okay. How are you supposed to explain how this one is better? And even for these kind of things, of course, you can explain that it's a lot more energy efficient, or maybe it uses less water, but then you have to factor in the cost of buying the thing, which at that point, it has to last you like 10 years. So then, you're kind of doing the same thing all over again. You're kind of looping around like a washing machine. And how is the economy going to stay once everyone's like content with what they have, right? Cell phones are what drives Apple's profits. Like, all of Apple's profits. If Google stopped selling cell phones, they probably make money, right? If Apple stopped selling cell phones, they would lose money. They wouldn't be in business anymore. Like, they have the Mac division, but that's only like 10, 12% of computers, like worldwide. They have, their software, which only works on Macs, so it kind of goes hand in hand. And iPads, I guess, would those still exist? Do those count as, I don't know if they count those together, but Apple doesn't really do much. Right? Samsung, they'd be fine if they stopped selling phones. They'd be a smaller company, but they'd still be fine. You have Samsung apartments, right? But like Apple, probably Motorola, they're owned by Lenovo, but like the Motorola brand itself, they're only at 1%. So they're probably barely hanging on. Like, how are these companies going to stay in business when people stop needing to buy everything like this? It's kind of sad, actually, and scary to think about. A lot scarier than whining about slop, or people are on Instagram reels watching short form content, and how that's like bad for society or something, or how women have better picks at dating than men or something like that. Like, but there's this thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say, oh, women will only choose the top 20% of men, and I'm like, is that supposed to be a bad thing? If you're a woman, you are not a charity. You are not a charity, and for men as well, you are not a charity. It is not your duty. It is not your right to go out of your way and try to date people that you don't want to date for these dating applications. So if they're only in the top 20%, oh, I can't get a wife. Oh, man, I'm so sad. Man, I'm so depressed. Life is hard. Life is tough. Move on. Get a helmet. Watch Instagram Reels. I don't care. Get a life. There are a whole bunch of things you can do without being married and waiting for, some woman to pick you, because you're a charity case. I'm in the bottom 50%. Well, sucks for you. Sucks for you. Like, pray about it. Like, what do you want me to do about this? But that's not an indictment on society. Oh my goodness, people. Dating apps, so bad. Obviously, I'm not on any and I haven't reviewed any, but I'm doubting it's as bad as you people are talking about. Like, you are dooming about everything. Right? There are actual problems. And we were talking about refrigerators and, how no one likes you. Like, sucks to suck for. But speaking of cell phones today and what advancements we're going to be seeing today, maybe, so I won't have to doom about, how bad it is out there for everyone in the economy, blah, blah, blah. The Galaxy S26 has a 24 megapixel camera. This is rumored by Extreme Tech, and there will be no delay when pressing the shutter button.